Oh snap, we're back with the normal snap video, as today we're gonna play some Cerebro 3, aka Cerebro, because I really wanted to play this archetype. I haven't played it ever since I come back to Snap, and I don't really run into it on the ladder. It's not like I've never faced this since my comeback. I think I've played it like 2 to 3 times maybe, but it's definitely not a deck that I run into often at all. And at first, for a while I wondered why was that the case, right? But then if you think about it, Thanos Lockjaw is at the top of the meta. It's now considered to be the best deck in the game right now, and that deck runs the Soulstone. Soulstone can really disrupt Cerebro, and ever since the change to Luke Cage happened, where he went from 1 power to a 3-drop with 4 power, he's not an aid to Cerebro decks anymore, because the thing about Luke Cage when he was a 2-1 is that he could get under Cerebro's threshold and support the deck by preventing stat reductions from happening. But that is no longer the case. In case you're wondering, because you don't know what card I'm talking about, Cerebro is a 3 energy, 0 power card with an ongoing effect that says your highest power cards have +2 power. This doesn't seem like much at first, but if you design the deck in a certain way in which all of your units cap out at the same power, then all of a sudden Cerebro can just lead to just insane stat boosts all across 3 lanes. We're talking about 8 points on every filled lane that will be duplicated by something like Mystique copying Cerebro, and it can go even further with the likes of Bast, which on reveal sets the power of all cards in your hand to 3. So we want to be hitting Cerebro, Mystique, and this Wasp that we're playing right here, so that we get them to 3 power and get them to align with everything else. With Cerebro, Mystique on the board, all of a sudden our 3 power units become 7 power, so having 3 of them is 21 power in a lane, which is crazy. And I got some cool synergies here that really benefit from all sorts of different scenarios, but generally the low tempo nature of this deck. And we got, finally, Infinity level Invisible Woman, our gem Invisible Woman. This is one of my favorite variants. Like, I think this is one of the best variants that I possess. I'm very proud of it. I don't know why I didn't draw it, but yeah, I have it. At least that matters something, I guess. But I really like it. But man, I don't play Invisible Woman enough to really get the boosters rolling, and she was stuck with like the Ultra border for like forever, and I hated it on her because it was red, and it just did. It was awful. It was actually awful. But we actually got her to infinite. I just wanted to like ramble here. I've been talking about her for 30 seconds. I don't give a fuck, man. I really like it. And she finally has the border that she deserves. Also really excited for like the news that they've announced. Let's be honest, like what Twitch chat told me, because I should be checking these things more often. But apparently they have announced that customizable borders for like Infinity rank cards are coming, and that means you can change it to like different colors and stuff. And I'm also really excited for that. So yeah, I've been like going on this crazy like tangent about aesthetics without actually explaining what the deck does. So yeah, Cerebro, Mystique can provide us with that boost. Invisible Woman is a very, very nice addition to this deck, because what she does is she allows us to preemptively develop cards like Mystique, Shang-Chi, or even Valkyrie on 5, and still play proactively, right? Not have to wait for the end game to play these cards. What I mean by this is a card like Mystique only really has one real target in this deck, and that is Cerebro. I tried variants with Iron Man, but I found myself only really winning with Iron Man in games in which I had already played Cerebro. Otherwise, my curve was a little bit too high, because it is difficult to get cards fit a natural curve when you're taking 3 power into an equation, because there's only a very few amount of very specific like 1-drops that can give you that 3 power. And even with 2-drops and 3-drops and 4-drops, the options are not as diverse, and it's very hard to have this deck be like high tempo because of that. So having Invisible Woman enable us to play something like Mystique, for example, despite the fact that we're not playing Iron Man, we can play Invisible Woman and we can play Mystique on turn 3, and then that just means that no matter what we do, our last turn in the match has to be Cerebro, and then we make up for like breaking with her in our opening hand that way, which is, it really does come into play, and it's a very neat feature. But more than anything is to be able to play stuff like Shang-Chi on turn 4 and just be like, okay, this lane Shang-Chi will pop off, and maybe because Invisible Woman is hiding my points, I'm likely to be behind on points, and therefore my opponent will have initiative, so I can play Valkyrie on the other lane, and I can flip that lane over as well. and you double tech the game for the win, baby. Like, the Invisible Woman is very, very neat. And if they play a Cosmo, you're like, fine, I just play Cerebro and some muscle there, and I'll be okay. You know, so it's a very, very good card in this deck. Like, the fact that she got changed from 2 to 3 power is a very big deal. And yeah, she definitely made the deck much better. We have Sentinels, because Sentinels give us other Sentinels. Essentially a 2 energy, 3 power factory, which is exactly what this deck needs. Nothing more to say about that. We got Rhino, because we're not playing Scarlet Witch, because Scarlet Witch, my chat calls her, I'm very respectful, but my chat calls her Scarlet Bitch. And honestly, sometimes I have to agree, man, because she just completely flips over a location and loses you the game. Like, gives you something like really weird. Sometimes you want to fix something, but she just makes it worse. Rhino is simple. Rhino does not think much. Rhino does not create the location into something. No, Rhino just smashes it. Converts it into ruins, rocks, detritus. That's what Rhino does. Rhinos also have a very cool variant here, if I say so myself. And Rhino is just very, very reliable. And that's exactly what we need. So I will pay 1 energy more for it. And I will not debate this. Like, I have suffered way too much at the hands of you and English. And yeah, Rhino is where my loyalty lies. We need location disruption in Cerebro 3. Because unfortunately, there's a lot of locations that really disrupt us. Like, for example, the sewers, right, that give -1/-1 to everything. Necrotia, I believe, is the name of the other one. The negative zone, and these are the more obvious ones. But there are other locations that also mess up with us, like the one that moves your unit and gives it +3, for example. Like, that can make us accessing that location be difficult. So sometimes we just need to get rid of it. We're just like, please, just get this nonsense out of here. Let's make the game basic. Unga Bunga Rhino. Fantastic card in the deck. Essential. And I ranted about it for like, I don't even know how many minutes, man, but I'm trying. We got Shang-Chi, obviously, and Valkyrie. These are our main tech cards that function really well with the deck, because Valkyrie blends really well with ongoing effects. We don't need any cheeky plays like Valkyrie into Ant-Man or Valkyrie into Demon, when all of our 3 power units, will go up in power, and even she will essentially like set them up. Valkyrie is also very good to be played on the Cerebro and or Mystique lane with Wasp, because she can do what Bast couldn't do in a game that you didn't draw him early, for example. So extremely, like, you don't play Cerebro 3 without Valkyrie. And Shang-Chi, I mean, you put Shang-Chi in most decks, so how would he not be in this deck, right? Juggernaut, I love it. When I'm ahead, I can just juggy, keep a lane clean, and then have the other one just completely outmuscled by more development and investment into it. As then, last but not least, we have a cheeky combo here. I really need to be playing Blade. Like, it's very, like I said, the curve is really hard to pull off in Cerebro 3 specifically. Blade gives you a 1-drop that provides you with 3 power. That is absolutely essential. So I'm like, you know what? I can fit in stuff like Quake. I can try, Colossus. There's a lot of options here that can go. Jeff, I don't have him, but Jeff is also an option. Let's play Swarm. Swarm will be a vanilla 2/3, but in some scenarios, when I can set up a situation where I discard it with Blade, I get 2/0, cost 3 power that can just give me insane burst in the late game. And I think that's worth it, for the high rolls. It's good to incorporate some high roll elements to the deck. And yeah, I gave you guys like an essay on an archetype that has been figured out for quite some time. But I gave you guys my perspective on it, my take on it, and yeah, I'm very proud of this deck because I actually spent a lot of time tweaking it. A lot of trial and error went behind, choosing the cards that I choose. I'm getting a little bit sick, so my voice is probably fading out. But yeah, very, very fun deck, very unique playstyle, and I just try to dodge the bad locations. Sometimes you're gonna get screwed. It's more of like a high cube rate sort of deck. You need to retreat a lot with this deck to find the right match in which you draw your Cerebro, which is essential, and then you just pop off, and it's really fun. So yeah, I'm gonna stop talking. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for daily Marvel Snap content. Hope you enjoy the games, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Your Cerebro got me my first infinite yesterday.
Well, glad it worked for you, buddy. Glad it worked for you. Okay, we have Blade here again. Let's get some information, see what they have. Black Widow, okay. So it's a Darkhawk deck, which means Valkyrie is less reliable. Very nice. We have to blade now. We have to blade now, which means we have to Rhino here. We have to blade here. Gotcha. GG no re. We have Bast and we have Blade. And Blade onto Kamartach with Swarm could allow me to have a bunch of Swarms. So I'm going to play Invisible Woman on the right because I cannot play Shang-Chi and stuff here. Okay, I just have to make sure I don't play one cost there. A snap, huh? We don't have Cerebro in hand. I'm gonna retreat here. Because decks that play Medusa generally are decks that want initiative. Decks that want initiative, yeah, exactly. Can play Eliath. So, you know, with Invisible Woman and with no like inherent combo in hand yet, I'm gonna retreat. I want to climb. I want to gain cubes efficiently. We must use our heads. The Nexus, okay. Okay, so Blade, you know, I mean, so far, like, back-to-back games, Blade proved to be useful. Okay. Let's play Sentinel here. Okay, Morbius, alright. I like the Nexus actually because with Juggernaut, we can solidify it. So I'm actually just gonna Rhino here. Oh, I was gonna say, oh, it's like base discard, but no, it's just like another Hella deck. Okay. Why Cerebro left? Because of the Bifrost. It was going to move everything to the right, so the Nexus was going to be cleared. Okay, this is a Bast hand. This is a hand that really, really, really wants Bast. One could say it's the Bast card for this hand. Yeah, I would destroy the X Mansion, but Lemuria has just halted us from doing that. So we're at the mercy. We're at the... Oh my god, we're gonna get a huge ass unit and it's over. And it's actually... Give me a small unit, please. Give me a small unit. Give me a small unit. Give me a small unit, for fuck's sake. Give me a small... No! Not her! Anything but her! And just like that, a perfect hand is ruined. A perfect fucking hand is ruined. Because X Mansion had to be protected by Lemuria. I fucking hate this game sometimes. I swear to God. Okay, there's hope. This may be copium, but there's hope. We're gonna top deck Valkyrie and we're gonna undo this. Valkyrie? Valkyrie? Yeah, this Bast is a turn too late. But I mean, I still hit the Wasp, so it's still worth. It's a 25% chance that I top deck this. It's a 25% chance that I top deck this. What do you mean, rogue? Oh, but he did. Oh, yeah. I was like, oh, X Mansion, but no, they got rogue from this. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Get the fuck out of here. Like, the X Mansion, like, kind of fucked with my brain, but no, they picked up the rogue from that Iron Lad. Because Iron Lad is so common in this deck. It just really fried my brain. I thought rogue was like the anomaly, but I don't know why. I derped there. Just pay attention. Blade? No, fuck off. Fuck off, Corvius. I swear to... Oh my fucking god, dude. Ah. That's a weird snap right after they play Cable. Again, this is not about individual wins. It's about how many cubes can we earn. We gotta be patient. It fits Pixel Sentinel though. Like, I like it on Pixel Sentinel. Okay, Limbo. We could Rhino that potentially. Let's just go with a Sentinel mid while we figure out what to do. Bast. Bast, are you worth it now, Bast? I can hold on to you a little bit. Yellow and red border fits the most, I feel. I mean, for a lot of cards, yes. I'm just gonna Sentinel here. They play Killmonger. We don't have to worry about that. There's Cerebro. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Invisible Woman. Bast over here. I don't have to play Blade now. We have an extra turn, even though they could interact with it. They could have, I mean, they have Werewolf by Night. Eliath could be a thing, but... Got him. Let's go. This is a high cube gain rate deck. English. We have Cerebro. I repeat, we have Cerebro. Invisible Woman would be pretty amazing here. Do I see myself, like, discarding this Swarm? In order to discard the Swarm, I have to get rid of everything else in my hand. That means I have to go I have to go... It's just not happening. It's just not happening. So we're going to go Swarm on the right. I can always Valkyrie Blade in the end game. So for now, we just Rhino. They snap on us. I mean... It's Black Cat and Giganto. If, like, the problem is I can't see where the fucking spawns are gonna happen. They're gonna play hella here, without a doubt. They're gonna play hella here. And then it's just like gamble, right? So if Giganto spawns here, what happens? 17 points. This beats Black Cat spawn. I need Giganto to spawn on the left. Left has Cosmo? What are you talking about? Oh. We just don't know where it's happening. Get fucked. Get fucked! Hey! Let's go! Fuck off. Hope you like your dice roll bullshit. How has that not been hotfixed? Ouch. This is already a really good Bast. I don't have to get greedy with Bast. I already have Wasp and Cerebro. I'm gonna play Bast immediately. Well, kind of wish I would have gotten greedy with Bast. I'm gonna go Invisible Woman mid. That's what you need. That's literally what you need to beat Hela. Luck. It's literally all about luck. Great design. I want to play Mystique. That does force me into Cerebroing on, but that's fine. Do they have magic? Because if they had magic, I could have Rhino'd, but then again, because of the way I set up this Mystique, my sequencing is kind of locked. Negative into Jane is a dip. How many did they draw though? They played Mr. Negative on 4. They drew 2 cards. They drew 2 cards. What if I do this? Got him. Got him, baby. Vulnerable. Very vulnerable to like draws and to locations. Well, that's awful. But maybe not. Maybe that's a blessing in disguise. Double Wasp. All we need is a Bast. Cerebro. Ooh. Oh. Invisible Woman mid. Into the Avengers compound. Okay. Well, we're gonna stay away from there. Cerebro. I'd love a Bast, but Cerebro. Fuck. I have to play here. No, I actually can't. I actually cannot swarm. Literally every time. The same fucking shit. What are my top decks here? Mystique is the worst. Valkyrie is pretty ideal. I can Valkyrie chain with these into this. If it's Rhino, I can chain these. So I just play Shang-Chi here. Omega lol. Omega lol. I just need to not get Magnetoed. Don't snap for 2 cubes. Don't tell me what to do. Alioth in a Hela deck. Just shut the fuck up, dude. You use it, then you're just out of your mind. You're crazy, brother. I think there's no way this punishes me for spreading out like this, right? Nice Magneto, bro. Nice Magneto. Bruh. Out of here.